This is really good, really good. My cup of coffee. I brewed this. I brewed this myself, and I think I'm one of the best coffee brewers. But how are you guys doing? Welcome back to Cossyz Arsenal podcast, and welcome back to this segment, Cossy's Cup of Coffee, where we discuss freely and interact with a couple of stories. I want to talk about Arsenal's two signings that have happened in less than a fortnight. I mean, this is crazy, ridiculously good. It rarely happens that Arsenal signs two players within a span of 1 week without a lot of noise. Like everything they talk about becomes a done deal. It's am I am I okay? Is everything going okay with Arsenal? But it's really happening. Arsenal, Martin Ødegaard, and Mathew Ryan. We're gonna be discussing that, but I also want us to look at Liverpool and how they are shrinking, moving from title contenders to top four contenders. They lost their first game at the Anfield in 3 years. Can you believe it? What's a record? What a record broken by Burnley yesterday as they beat Liverpool. A penalty from Adams was just enough. We shall be talking about that and more. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button as well. Let's start off with Arsenal. Reports have it that Arsenal has signed Martin Ødegaard as well as Mathew Ryan. Mathew Ryan has been confirmed. The Arsenal, the Arsenal website did confirm that we have signed Matt Ryan, goalkeeper, 28 years of age. He's going to be playing with us until the end of the season. A backup for Burnley, and I said it. Arsenal needed a backup goalkeeper. We couldn't work with Runarsson. It was just ridiculous to have a goalkeeper like Runarsson. He's so average. He is not yet there. He is everything below average. He is so bad. We've seen him in matches in games like Manchester City against Dundalk. He was absolutely ridiculous. It was like we never had a backup goalkeeper. But now, out of the blue, Arsenal signed Matt Ryan. I think I'm gonna say first and foremost, I'm gonna say big up Arsenal, big up. A round of applause for such a deal. They pulled off that deal like, and I say this story really qualifies for my cup of coffee show because I didn't know. I mean, look, nobody thought about it. Nobody thought about it. Like Matt Ryan, the goalkeepers we've been linked with is David Dreyer at Brentford. That's the goalkeeper we've been linked with all through. But again, finally we signed him from London. Someone was telling me a lot of bullshit in the comments that it's a free deal. Look, contracts, most contracts work like this. They end in the summer unless a contract has been terminated. So he didn't terminate his contract with Brighton, but he just moved to Arsenal on a loan deal. I know we shall buy him at the end of the season. I just believe it. We shall buy him at the end of the season. It's a wonderful signing. Wonderful signing. And any Arsenal fan out there who feels that Arsenal is not doing well in the transfer window, you're just not serious. You're just not serious. This is good. This is good. You let go of Ozil. You let go of Socrates. Then you bring in a backup goalkeeper. You could see that Arsenal are recruiting according to need. And this is what I've always said. This has been my problem with Arsenal signings. They want, we are in need of a goalkeeper. They will sign a striker. We need a striker. They will sign a midfielder. And you could see in the summer, we needed a lot of players, and we didn't get midfielders, but we needed midfielders. Everybody could see you needed a midfielder, even if it weren't Hosemawa, even if you brought in, Said Benrahma. He's doing brilliant well at West Ham, But I think now this is. I'm gonna upload Arsenal for this. Matt Ryan, very very good signing. So he has joined on a loan deal. Hopefully we shall buy him at the end of the season. He's 28 years of age. For a backup, actually, our number one goalkeeper is also 28 years of age. So the same age range. Is he going to outsit Burnley? No, I don't know, but does he have the ability? I think he has. He's a decent goalkeeper, decent. But I think Leno still has that security that is going to be Arsenal's number one throughout. So maybe we shall see as things move on. And see how he progresses at Arsenal. But I think Edu, Mikel Arteta, and whoever did this deal, it's a wonderful piece of transfer. Wonderful, really wonderful. And still talking about the incomings, Martin Ødegaard looks set to join Arsenal. This deal is going to be announced very, very soon. Rumors in Spain had it that we could actually announce the deal today, but that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case actually. We were never going to announce it today. It might either come on Monday or Tuesday, around there. So Martin Ødegaard coming to Arsenal. It's a deal that we have to discuss in detail, especially what it means for Emile Smith Rowe, because that is the only thing to talk about. We have always wanted a creative midfielder, but with Emile Smith Rowe coming down in the picture, many people have told me on this channel that, Cossyz, we don't need a creative midfielder. We have Emile Smith Rowe. Actually, many of you disregarded the signing of Emiliano Buendia because it would disrupt the career and form of Emile Smith Rowe, and then I did understand. And if you look at Martin Ødegaard, if he comes in at Arsenal, there's only one position he is going to occupy, that number 10 role that Emile Smith Rowe is occupying right now. He can't. I don't think he's a match for Bukayo Saka right now. He isn't. Talent-wise, he could supersede Saka, but I think when it comes to delivering and form and how important Saka is, you don't think he's going to just throw him away from that right wing. On the left wing, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang being the captain and the most paid player at the side, I think that only makes him the number one contender for that spot. But I also think Gabriel Martinelli is just on fire. He's so good. There is no way Martin Ødegaard is going to come in and get straight into the left wing position. So his only hope of playing for Arsenal as a starter is down through the middle in the number 10. Now, I want to tell you this. I don't think he's a world-class youngster. I don't think he's a world-class player, but he is so good at what he does in that position, in that number 10. And I told you his figures last season. He had 7 goals, 9 assists at La Real Sociedad. 7 goals, 9 assists. That's quite decent. He was 21 years of age then. Now he's 22. Now he comes at Arsenal. We have another 22-year-old in Emile Smith Rowe. It's going to be brilliant. And you want to see that kind of competition at Arsenal, because most of the clubs do. Apart from United, I don't think they have anyone who competes with Bruno Fernandes. But at least you can see Van der Beek competes with Pogba. Fred competes with McTominay and Matic. You could see that competition is there in their squad. At Liverpool, it's there. However much they are, dwindling, but it is there. So I think Ødegaard will give us that, squad depth and also the competition that the young man Emile Smith Rowe is, deserves. And I'm really excited. Look, I'm so excited to see these two battle it out. Who takes the number 10 at Arsenal? That is our new number 10. Are we sticking with Emile Smith Rowe? Is he going to fight for his position? Because I think he's been brilliant. So brilliant. Or are we actually going to replace him with Martin Ødegaard when he signs next week? Okay. Away from that, let's just talk about Liverpool. What is going on? What the hell is going on at Liverpool? I think everybody is asking that question. Yesterday they lost to Burnley. The match before that, they had a 0-0 draw with Manchester United in a game which I think they should have won. They did everything, absolutely everything, and they failed to win. It looks like they can't score. That is it. It just looks like they can't score no more. And that's their problem. If they can get back to scoring ways, they're going to win games. They're not conceding. Actually, when they lost their defensive pair, Gomez and Virgil van Dijk, most of us thought they're going to concede goals, but they have not conceded. The last time they conceded so many goals was against Aston Villa. Virgil van Dijk was on that pitch. 7 goals, 7-2. You still remember that ridiculous loss. He was on the pitch. Now, you could see, after that, they have hit Crystal Palace 7 goals to nil. 7 goals to nil. They didn't concede. They hit Leicester City. Was it 3-0? They also hit Wolves 4-0. You could see that everything was going according to plan. Everything was okay. But then they lost Jota to injury. But they were lucky enough that as they lost Jota, Thiago Alcantara's problems got solved, and they got Thiago Alcantara back. But it's not working. It's just not working. They can't find themselves a solution to scoring goals. And if they are going to win the league, if they're going to defend the league, if they're going to compete for this league, like, because I predicted them as my title contenders, title winners, and I still stand behind my decision. But I think if they do not find a problem solver to this problem, they cannot win the league. They are not scoring. They're just bringing in crosses, and they almost have the shortest players in the league. And I ask myself, why do they cross in those balls? So they're just like Arsenal. We don't have strikers that score goals off the head. Aubameyang never scores off crosses. Alexander Lacazette rarely scores crosses. I mean, they're like us, and I'm asking, what is so wrong? What is going so wrong? The quality they have can break down Burnley. The quality they have can break down Newcastle. They can break down West Brom. However much they have been affected by injuries. And I just don't understand. Is it that they played so many games? Because this squad has been here for 4 consecutive seasons, performing at a high level and giving them good results. Or maybe that's the reason why they're not performing anymore. I don't know. Just share with me, what do you think is the problem at Liverpool? Because it's so ridiculous, isn't it? They're not scoring goals, and that's the problem. And Mane is still around, Salah is still around, Roberto Firmino is still around. Their striking force is available. Why aren't they scoring? Why have goals dried up at Liverpool? Why? It's a big question, and I can't laugh at them because they're better. They're far better than us. They're far better than us. You can't laugh at them. But then you've got to ask yourself, what the hell is wrong with Liverpool? They just can't score. They just can't. And whenever they play on the pitch, they are good. They possess the ball. They press. They fight for the ball. They have the spirit. That it's like they can't make the ball cross the line. They create the chances. That is the hurting part. They create the chances. Wijnaldum, Salah, Thiago, Henderson, the chances are still coming in. I don't know. It's either their fullbacks are not delivering as they used to, because Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold are now crossing in more of crosses than cutting inside, or maybe that could be the reason. But the chances are coming in. Mane is getting the chances. Salah is getting the chances. Why aren't they scoring? Is it just a natural drought that has affected them? That it will end soon? Because for me, I don't believe they're in a crisis like Chelsea. I just don't believe they're not there. They're not in a crisis like Arsenal. No. They have the quality. They play well. They press. They look well on the ball. But it's like if you watch them, it's like someone is. Some supernatural forces limiting them from scoring goals. I mean, how do you explain that even? How do you? But now they've dropped out of the title race. Now they are in top 4 race. And if they do not win, their next 2 games, you're going to find them in what? Position 5, 6 on the table. If we go back to their recruitment in the summer, they brought in players that I thought were good. They bought Simictas as a backup player, as a backup left back for Robertson. They brought in Jota, who did brilliantly well until he got injured. Yeah, and they, in January last year they brought in Takumi Minamino. Yeah, but maybe they needed a striker because they were looking at Timo Werner, and I think that's where they lost it. They should have signed Werner. Werner, the goal machine. I think actually Werner would have worked better at Liverpool than at Chelsea, because at Liverpool it is chances going begging. He would have played as a central striker. Maybe the number 10, the false number 10, philosophy is no longer working for them. I don't know. They need to score some goals. They need to score some goals. So that is that has been my cup of coffee. I'm excited about Arsenal's progress in the market. Really excited. I didn't expect it. I'm really excited, and I'm really worried about Liverpool not scoring goals. I'll speak to you so soon. Have a blessed time.